As Louisville takes action on police reforms, mayors across the country are now weighing in. The U.S. Conference of Mayors, which represents more than 1,400 cities, plans to make recommendations to help tackle police violence and racial discrimination. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot is leading the initiative, and she joins us this morning to talk a bit about it. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I'm sure you just heard my segment there. Let's first discuss Breonna Taylor. Last night, Louisville passed a law banning no-knock warrants following her death. I know that Democrats have unveiled legislation that would ban them at the federal level. You're now leading this committee on reform. Is this something your team is considering?
Yes, it is. And really, listening to that segment and the grief of Breonna Taylor's mother, it just takes your breath away. And I just want to personally extend my condolences to the family. Look, the reality is that search warrants can be one of the most dangerous moments that police and civilians are in. And what we've seen, unfortunately, way too often here in Chicago and across the country, that judges are not doing the level of scrutiny that has to happen whenever we invade a residence or a building. That's a very serious action under our law. So here in Chicago, we are substantially raising the threshold and scrutiny for these kinds of actions. And it's absolutely something that we will take on and look at through the working group of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. We have to. I think the circumstances compel us in looking at police reform and accountability to really be bold. There are so many so-called sacred cows, things that are politically infeasible. Well, we've got to break through all that. We've got to give our fellow mayors a real threshold and guidance on what's best in class around police reform and accountability, and that's precisely what we will do.
Well, speaking of which, there's another proposal that you're looking at to have police officers be licensed by the state.
Yes.
How would that work?
Well, look, if you go and get your hair cut, your barber is licensed. If you get a manicure, the manicurist is licensed. We call the police a noble profession. It's high time that we have uniform standards for licensing, minimum requirements on training and recertification that has to happen with a regular cadence, and a process for decertifying someone who is dishonorably served. Very similar to dishonorable and honorable discharge in the military. This isn't rocket science. It exists in a lot of states across the country, and we've got to have these uniform standards so that when someone is in this profession, you can trust that they have been adequately trained and retrained over the lifetime of their service. That's important.
Mayor, some protesters have called for funds to be shifted from police departments to other city programs. You know, Chicago's police budget, I was just looking, it's around $1.8 billion for 2020. With that said, you know, Chicago just suffered its deadliest Memorial Day weekend in 5 years. I looked at the numbers, 49 people shot, 10 people killed. So there are people who, you know, are trying to have an open mind about it, but obviously they're concerned about defunding when the crime rate is so high. What's your response to that?
Well, look, what I hear both in Chicago and across the country, the people who want to shift resources, what they're really saying is, excuse me, our communities have been underfunded and disinvested in for way too long. When you've got poverty killing literally whole swaths of a city, where you don't have access to proper health care, and you've got life expectancy gaps, when people don't have any hope about getting a good paying job that they can build a future around, I agree wholeheartedly. We've neglected way too many communities, particularly in our urban core, for generations. And what we need to do is invest, invest, invest. We know what it takes to build vibrant, healthy communities. I ran on this, I'm governing on it, and we've got to do a better job of making sure that we provide resources to everyone, regardless of their zip code, regardless of their race or ethnicity. That is a solemn vow that as mayors, we must commit to doing. And when we do that, communities will thrive. That's what we have to be focused on.
I only have a couple of minutes left, and I want to ask you about this video that's getting a lot of attention, and I want to end on an up note. I know you have a big graduation ceremony coming up this weekend, but very quickly, let me ask you about this video that our viewers are looking at now, where you have, Chicago police officers caught on surveillance video. This was, lounging on couches, sleeping on desks, making popcorn and coffee at Congressman Bobby Rush's Southside office. And this happened while nearby businesses were being looted during the recent protests. What are you doing about this, and what were your thoughts?
Well, we immediately brought this to the attention of the public. We demanded that these officers turn themselves in. There's a vigorous investigation going on, and they will be disciplined. This is the height of dereliction of duty. These officers were brought to this area because there was chaos going on, looting, shootings, arson. Their fellow residents needed them to act. Their fellow officers needed them to act. And some of them literally took themselves out of service when officer emergency alerts were going off. They took themselves out of service for 5 hours. There can be no excuse and no tolerance, period.
Before I let you go, I mentioned this weekend there's a special graduation ceremony for graduates in Chicago. I hear Oprah may be there. She may be speaking. Listen, Chicago is near and dear to my heart. I think the city needs some love this weekend. Can you tell us about it?
I have to tell you, I'm extremely excited. This has not been the school year that our seniors would have expected. So we brought all the schools in Chicago, not just the public schools, the private, the parochial, into a class of 2020 Chicago graduation. And what I'm most excited about is this program that will air at 1 p.m. Central Time on Sunday is curated by the students themselves. The content, you will not have a dry eye if you watch this. It's going to be an amazing experience for our graduate and a proper send-off in a difficult year. I'm really, really excited about it.
Oh, that's a nice way to end that. We covered a lot of ground this morning. Mayor Lightfoot, thank you, and I hope you have a little bit of a break this weekend with that ceremony. It sounds like it's going to be good. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.